Okay, history has taught us that the JFK assassination was done by Lee Harvey Oswald, but with many forensic facts and many photos suggest that he was murdered from several different angles and maybe by several different people. Take a look at this.
At this time, what I like to do is I want to show you some images that I found of the gunman on a grassy knoll. First, I'm going to pull up this image here. This is the Mary Mormon's photo. Now, for years, people's been researching this area here, or this area here, or over here, of the gunman that they claim was on a grassy knoll. However, all these years that people's been studying this, we overlook things in the research field. So what I did was, the first images I started going over when I started doing research on JFK assassination was I went over some films. The first film I went over was the Orville Nix film. As I was watching the Orville Nix film, I was looking at a location that everybody's been pinpointing saying this is where the gunman on the grassy knoll was. I did not see no shots being taken. So next thing I did was I draw the map and I start marking down the location of each individual. And as I was over here looking at Mr. Zapruder, I noticed a shot being taken right behind from him. So next thing I did was I zoomed in on this location, as you see here. The Orville Nix film does show a shot that was being fired from this location here. There was no shots coming from this location here, as people's been claiming for all these years. The shot came from right behind Mr. Zapruder. Back to here. As we see here, this is the car that we see in James Darnell's film. Here's JFK's car. We have 1, 2, 3. It's the third car back from JFK. When JFK was, let's go pull up this. Let me just find it here. Go right here. By the time this gunman that I found in the Nix film was firing from this location here, JFK's car was around in this location here, because this shot was the shot that hit Governor Connally in the back. That would put the fourth car right about here, and James Darnell be over here, and as he was filming, puts the gunman right there. So JFK's car will be right in this location here, and the fourth car will be right back here to be in frame of them, because this is Newman, and Bill Newman is right here. Zapruder's right here. The other gentleman will stand right over here. So yes, that was taken, this part of the James Darnell film was taken when JFK's car was right here. Let's go back. Now the next step I did was I colorized this frame here so I can get a better, more details and more look at the, which I'm going to hold this up here, of the gunman right here. We see he's aiming his rifle. Now like I said, this was taken right after he took his shot that we found in the Nix film. So at this point, I had the Nix film that shows the shot that was being taken. That's the shot that hit Governor Connally. And this frame image here that I got from the Darnell film shows the gunman in the same location, aiming his rifle, and this was taken right after the shot. We can see Bill Newman right here. Here's Bill Newman. Now we got a better image where we see Mr. Zapruder, Mrs. Stissman right here. We see the first gunman right here, and we see the other gunman right here. In this image here, I put the one gunman here, as we see from the Mormon photo. The other one here, and the Darnell film, and the Nix film. This is where gunman 1 was at. Here's where gunman 2 was at. Now, also like to point out that with shots coming from this location, we'll go ahead and do it this way again. We'll use this one more time. Remember, people back here on the bridge claim they've seen smoke coming from here. With the shots coming from this location, there is a good view from there to where it looks like there's smoke coming from the grassy knoll, what they claim over here. However, the shots weren't coming from over here, they was coming from here. Now, after I found the images and I started looking over this, Mr. Zapruder and him was right here. The other gunman was right here. The other gunman was right here looking through the windows. It's an easy escape right here, right to the parking lot. When they took their shots, they can run right out here and exit very fast.
So you see, there was about three gunmen. One came from some area, maybe Lee Oswald, but I doubt it. And the other two were taken from two different people. Second one came from one military guy, judging from the debunked video, and the third one from around the same area, just a different angle. But it seems that he was being shot by a lot of people, but some of them missed. But the question is why? Well, surely before the inevitable moment in history, he ended segregation when the Civil Rights Act bill was passed, and that created many more enemies than he already had. And therein, they wanted JFK's entire family dead. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American civil rights leader who led the civil rights movement with the help of many others before, during, and after him. But however, that tragic day on April 4th, 1968, Dr. King was shot at Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, and he was rushed to St. Joseph Hospital, where he was officially pronounced dead. But leading up to that day, and with all of the success that was made for African Americans, that really pissed a lot of people off, especially J. Edgar Hoover, who was used to publicly undermining King's power and reputation, and may have been behind JFK assassination as well. But however, the King family were trying for years to solve the murder of Dr. King. They even filed a wrongful death suit in 1999. They filed a civil rights case against Jowers and unknown co-conspirators for the wrongful death of Dr. King. The case, Coretta Scott King versus Lloyd Jowers, was tried in Circuit Court of Shelby County in Tennessee from November 15th to December 8th, 1999. Attorney William Francis Pepper, who was representing the King's family, presented evidence from 70 witnesses and 4,000 pages of transcripts. Pepper alleges in his book, An Act of 2003, that the evidence implicated the FBI, the CIA, the U.S. Army, the Memphis Police Department, and organized crime in the murder of Dr. King. The suit alleged government involvement. However, no government officials or agencies were named or made a party to the suit, so there was no defense or evidence presented or refuted by the government. The jury found defendant Lloyd Jowers and unknown co-defendants civilly liable for participation in a conspiracy to assassinate Dr. King, in the amount of $100. Members of King's family acted as plaintiffs. The family only requested $100 in damages because they were only seeking justice, not financial gain. In mid-1947, a United States Air Force balloon mistaken for a UFO crashed at a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. Promptly claims that the crash was of an extraterrestrial spaceship, following wild initial interest after the military stating that the crash was merely a conventional weather balloon. Interest subsequently carried on until the late 1970s, when ufologists began prompting a variety of increasingly elaborate conspiracy theories, claiming that one of more alien spacecraft had crash landed and that the extraterrestrial occupants have been recovered by the military, who then engaged in a cover-up. Now, in the 1990s, the U.S. military published reports disclosing the true nature of the crash aircraft, a surveillance balloon from Project Mogul. Nevertheless, the Roswell incident continues to be of interest in popular media and conspiracy theories as well. Now, the newest flat earthers and those space conspirators will say that the story was planned by NASA to support their round Earth and other galaxies theories. One of the most controversial alien sightings is the Antonio Villas Boas abduction, whereas a farmer in the 1950s claimed a spacecraft emitting a very bright light landed on his family's farm. He continued to see the strange object until one night when it took him and left some disturbing evidence of alien experimentation. The farmer claimed the alien beings brought him on their spaceship to impregnate a rather fetching looking female and described everything from the ship to his suitor in great detail. When he returned, he claimed the incident produced symptoms such as nausea, loss of appetite, headaches, and even bruising. Investigators have deferred on their conclusion, but the differing outcome only gave it more credibility and notoriety among believers and skeptics. Well, theories are that the USA is trying to take over ISIS in ways to get close to Egypt's secrets. It's been foretold that they held captive the leader named Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi for many years and they brainwashed him. It seems that in order to get some financial gain is to fake a war so they can suck billions of dollars to pay for establishment over there, and that the videos that were released is fake and they are not real. Well, it seems that this ISIS story can go on and on. I would have to continue this on another video on another day, so please subscribe.